and welcome to Useless Information TV. I've been asked a few times, why do I have such a passion for history and why do I do what I do? Now, history covers a wide range. You can think of almost anything and I can guarantee that there will be a history to it. Now, every historian, whether professional or hobbyist, has a particular time period they prefer. Mine is the late medieval through to the early modern, so roughly anything between 1400 and 1815. But to me, history isn't the learning or understanding of events and dates. To me, history is people. How did the views of one century differ to those of this century? What actions led to this particular event? Was society then really different from ours? If it was, are we in a better position or have we regressed? What is striking is that, yes, societal views change, but everyday people don't. A family of 300 years ago worried about money just as we do today. They worried about the potential of war with this country or that country. They worried about the future of their children. They worried what people thought of them, and they worried about their health. Today, we can all say that at some point in our lives we have all worried over at least one of these. However, it seems that the world today is under constant stress and outrage. Factually, political upset, atrocities, and all the horrible things on the news have always happened in one form or another throughout time. That's not to say that the current situation or those suffering should be dismissed. It most definitely should not. But the main difference between now and those other times is that we as a people and as a society are now more aware of it. We see it on the news and social media every day. It is visually bombarded into our brain. It seems to be just one thing after another in a constant escalation of violence, threat and uncertainty. This is producing anger and resentment towards those around us when adversity should bring us together. When horrible events take place, it is good to see others helping regardless of circumstance. Through these actions we can get through it. Yet, as a historian, I'm aware that events such as those recently are cyclical, and I'm sure that other historians have picked up on the recurring patterns. When people become more aware of the world and the mess it is, there is always a period of increased tension, sometimes followed by violence, sometimes not. It happened with the invention of the printing press. Philosophical and religious questioning was widely available to those who could read, who would then read it to those who couldn't. This led to a number of changes in the world and society, one of which being the Reformation. The advent of newspapers and social theories, universities and advancements in science caused friction with the church. But apart from all the advancements made during this period, usually called the Enlightenment, it was marked by the French Revolution. Same goes for radio and television. I'm not saying that these were the direct causes of such events. These are examples of the general public becoming more aware and informed of world events, which led to a rise in public tension with the establishment. Today we are repeating this pattern. Social media and the 24-hour news cycle have made it so that we are constantly aware of how messed up things have become, resulting in some taking action against this or that. To a social historian, this time is fascinating yet terrifying as a person of the world. We see the patterns in society and the unrest. Usually, when becoming more informed of the world, it highlights what is wrong with it. It highlights what needs to change, sometimes socially, sometimes politically, sometimes both. Brexit and Trump are symptoms of this, and it will most likely get worse before it gets better. But whenever this cycle comes around, it always ends with the world changed, mostly for the better. The Reformation gave freedom of religious thought. The Enlightenment gave way for democracy, huge leaps in science and philosophy. The First and Second World Wars were the most horrific periods in human history, but it led to the forming of the UN and nations working together to ensure it never happens again. Yes, there were still problems after. Yes, there will always be those few who either oppose the change or believe it didn't go far enough. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm passionate about history because to me it is the study and reflection of our current people and society. Through history I can identify trends and patterns usually overlooked and recognise possible outcomes. I'm passionate about it because it enables me to say to the world, just ride it out, don't give up, because it has happened before. And in all likelihood, at the end, it will be a new world and society will change. Whether for better or worse is up to us. Speak to you again soon. Till next time.